Hello again, YouTube. This is Tyler Movie Guy 22 with another fantastic chapter 11 of Forrest of the Forsaken. Sorry I've been gone so long, guys. It's my my old phone didn't have enough internal storage, so I just got this new one. So hopefully this one works a lot better. And okay, last time we left off was with Patrick joining the group, and um, now we have um, now we're starting to really everything's coming together nicely, and the story's about almost halfway done. So a big surprise is happening this chapter. So stay tuned. Okay, first we start off. Hold on. I started walking slowly regaining my composure and strength. And Quinn was there. Hey, honey. Hi, Quinn. How are you? Good. So good to see you here. It's always good to see my boyfriend, always up and about. And suddenly Greg had appeared. Hello, Tyler. Greg, what can I do for you? I had a good time. We have some. We have something to talk about, but it can wait. Are you sure? Yes. Have you seen Patrick anywhere? Patrick and Dylan are off training, doing something. What about Leah? Leah's taking a nap. Yeah. Suddenly, suddenly Quinn threw up. Blah. Said, blah. Honey, are you okay? Yeah. She said, yes, honey, I'm fine. This has happened a couple of times. How many times? In the past few days. Goodness. I'm hoping you're okay. I am, honey, don't worry. Suddenly, suddenly, her and I talked, and I gave her a hug, and she said, I'll meet you in a little while, okay? I said, okay. So I went to him. I went to talk to Greg. Hey, he's like, has she been doing this lately? Past couple nights. Why? Did you two? No. I know you're lying. Could this possibly come? Could the people with this? Could the females with this serum even procreate? Yes, of course I can procreate, but it's a little bit tricky because you can never tell if they actually are pregnant or not. And the forest had suddenly taken hold, and it had been an entire year since, not an entire year, but almost a year since we started our mission. The forest plays with our heads. I know. How are how's he holding up? How's Dylan? How's Dylan holding up? Do you think? Hey! Did someone call my name? Hi, Dylan. Hey, little brother. Well, if it isn't my old friend. Well, if it isn't my old friend. What's up, Patrick? What's up, Patrick? Not much. These guys are going down now that I'm around. That's what I like to hear. So, what have you been up to? The facility. I barely escaped the facility. Was Schroeder there? Yes, but he wasn't. But he was distracted. But I did get dinged by Mason on the way out. Mason disappeared. He has, I think he may have a certain genome in him. What? Let's see. The Hulkin serum? Hulkus serum? Hulkus serum? Possibly. They've been working on a new serum. It's supposed to increase the max capacity of speed and strength with the avalanche vaccine. Interesting. Patrick regaled us with his tale and said, "You can't go back there quite yet." I know. The Fallen Angel program the Fallen Angel program is being recreated by Schroeder. Yes, it was more dangerous than I appeared. It was more dangerous than I would have expected. I'm hoping that we get to finish them if it comes down to it. I know. It will be quite an amazing feat. Indeed, it will be. Is Commander Cobalt still with him? Yes. He will be one of our toughest challenges. Sergei Cobalt was one of Lawrence's, Hans, um, and Schroeder's right hand man. He was an enforcer, spoke fluent Russian and English, and we attacked. Then we tried to attack him, but nothing worked. Sorry, guys. We had attacked, and we had tried to attack once, but nothing happened, Patrick said. So how long have you and Quinn been together? A few months now. 5, 6. Uh, Interesting. Greg said that is incorrect. He's been here 5 to 6 months. He only started dating her about 3 months ago. But the village doesn't make you age, does it? And it doesn't really keep track of time very well. No, it doesn't. I I was there when was Quinn part of it? No, she was somewhere else. Facility we went to at a nice school. Oh, that's right, they taught us school. I can't remember my mathematics for the life of me. Neither could I. Dylan's like, well, that's because you didn't study hard. Patrick's like, oh, you're one to talk. You slept through Mr. McNichol's math class. Oh, that is true. I still got an A though. Yes, because you threatened to beat him with a socket wrench. Did I? Yeah, you had a little bit of anger in you. Oh, I've been out of um, I've been walking around the village looking for some medicine for Quinn. Even though I couldn't confirm that she was pregnant, I could at least get her something to settle her stomach. One of the villagers had said in Japanese, like, good morning. I said good morning. and we had a good time talking. I couldn't for the life of me remember how to pronounce his name, but he was a smith, like a blacksmith. He made things, and he made me something special. He had made he had made some armor for me, tactical armor. Sorry guys, a lot. I'm very sorry. And he I asked him in Japanese, "Sumimasen, can you help?" And then the rest in English. I said, "Excuse me" in Japanese, and in English I said, Sorry guys, can you help me can you help me make a ring for Quinn?" He smiled and said, "Oh yes, very much so." So I gave him the materials needed. He had forged it with great speed, and in minutes, suddenly, I had a decision to make if I was going to propose so quickly or not. He told me it was a promise ring, not an actual engagement ring, because those take time. And so he had packed it up for me and gave it to me. And he crafted a very nice bejeweled box for me to put it in. And I said, "Thank you." But suddenly, that I hide the box in my bedroom, in my hut. I hide the box in my hut, and I hid it very well where she could never find it. And all of a sudden, I felt uneasy for a moment. I didn't know why. And all of a sudden, Mason had showed up. Mason! My most feared and reviled of enemy. Reviled is a new word for you, isn't it? I always did like to study words and what they meant. Indeed. So sorry, guys. And Patrick had shown up. Patrick, you betrayed us all. I didn't betray anyone. I simply chose a winning side to be on. I would never betray Adam. I would never betray Tyler like this. He looked at me and said, "Do you honestly know why Patrick left?" "That's enough of that," Patrick rebutted with ferocity. "I'm not here to fight. I'm just here to give you fair warning that the project of the special project that Lawrence and my father are upon, Lawrence and Captain Anderson are upon doing, is something." I really do apologize, guys, for my tiredness. They were undertaking a great event that was supposed to happen soon. I suddenly got the urge to get some intel. I gathered everyone: Leah, Quinn, um, Dylan, and Greg. I rounded them all up and said, "Seems like we need to do some recon work." And Leah was like, "Already on it." Quinn also came along. She was as fit as a fiddle. And then I wondered, was she? She she jumped and she jumped up ready for the time ahead, and Alright, guys. We got ready and we fought against. We got ready in our armor, and I had fully healed by this point. And Quinn and I, before we left, we discussed a few things. I told her, I have a little something for you, but later. She's like, I know. She's like, I have some big news for you too, but later. I had spent a little more time with her before the mission was to start. I walked around with her and we talked. We talked about our future together and how we wanted it to be so bright. I had asked her if she was okay. And she said yes. She was like, you don't need to worry. I'm alright. We are alright. She looked out at her stomach. Oops. She's like, oh. I'm like, I didn't have time to think about it. So she and I got ready for the mission. She injected one of the serums into my body to help amplify my power. To some extent, it worked. Quinn and I did a little bit of training, and with the speed and strength she had, it was damn near impossible for anyone to defeat her. She was so quick to adapt and to survive. She had been ready for a little bit, and she said, always remember that I love you, Tyler. I will. And always remember that I love you more than anything. Besides my mom, of course. Of course. Just like my dad showered me with affection, so did your mother. You're the nicest kid in the facility. All the others were spoiled. You gave me what I needed. You gave me something to snap on. Do you remember? I can't remember that. But Greg did say that you were probably part of a different division. Secretly, I wasn't part of a division until much later. My dad let me run around the lab and do things with him. And then Leah came along and everything was twice as fun. I know. Really? Yeah. What's one thing you want me to... What's something you never told anyone about yourself or Leah? About herself? With Leah? Yes. She's a good sister. Yes. But what? She doesn't make you feel sad, does she? No. It's just... She's a little bit of a whiner when she can't get her way. I am not, she proclaimed. Yes, you do. You did it constantly when we were 5. And again when we were 15. I did not whine that much at 15. Yes, you did. Prove it. Remember when Mom didn't want to let you learn how to use some of the equipment, so you constantly begged Daddy for help? I did not constantly beg. Leah, really? You did. Well, he gave you what you wanted easily. Yes, because I was born first. Well, she's like, yes, because I was born first. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Quinn and her hugged, and she said hello to she said hello to our group. What a nice group we have now. And she had said, yes, yes, it is. We have nowhere else to go now, except finding out what recon we need to do. And we reconned the surveilling woods, but couldn't find a thing until we found it. She had taken Quinn and I took pictures quickly, and we found out that they were bringing in members of the Fallen unit and injecting them with the new serum. We had to put a stop to it. We rushed down. Well, looks like we have another fight on our hands. I went after, there was a specific component that we needed to reverse engineer one of the antidotes into something useful. Yes, he's like, oh, Tyler. Colonel Morris was smug and said, well. I see you come back quickly. You bounce back quickly. Yes, I do. And I'm ready to take you down. He smirked and laughed. You're not ready. Nowhere even close. You can even handle Mason. And suddenly my eyes turned to cerulean blue, like a milkish blue. And the light had begun to shine off of the moon onto me. And we had, and suddenly my arm kind of felt weird. Not my arm, I'm sorry. My body felt a strange sense of euphoria. And so we battled against them, and I went to go find the component. Fallen Angel unit was quickly dismantled, but except for one person, Sergei. We had pathetic children. You should know that this will not be easy. I know it won't. It will take you down. Morris had left. Morris had escaped. And we fought bravely. Punch, kick, right hook, left hook, uppercut. Everything we could do. And suddenly he pulled out a gun of his own. And we started fighting. I had been shot in the arm. Ah! Tyler! Greg exclaimed. Greg and the rest of our team battled against the Fallen Angels and defeated them swiftly. And I stabbed Sergei in the leg and in his stomach and said, Are you ready to give me the information I need? No. So I stabbed him again, and then just like, okay, I'll tell you. And he secretly told me what they were planning. They're planning to detonate the village? When? Soon. And you are powerless to stop it. And he let out a maniacal cackle. Greg came over and put a bullet in his head. I thought about it. And we had left. I grabbed the component. And Quinn started to throw up again. Are you okay, honey? Yes, don't worry about it. How can I not worry when you're the most important part of my life? She gave me a kiss. Is there anything you wanted to say? Or we got back to the village and showered off. We had talked to her. I talked to her. I said, honey, I'm sure. She's like, there's something I need to tell you. And I said, I needed to ask you as well. She's like, did you want to go first? No, you can go first. It's ladies first. I might be pregnant. I had frozen for a second, and he, then the rest of our group found out and started and jumping and saying, congratulations, congratulations. She had, I had stopped, as I had frozen in my tracks, and I prayed that it was true. Now, what did you want to ask me, honey? I said, well, I know this is probably what you didn't, I know this is something you wouldn't expect right now, but this is why Quinn Evangeline Donaldson, I love you more than anything. And this is, I get down on one knee, a promise that one day I will fill this box with the ring that you deserve. For right now, do you accept this promise ring as a symbol of my love for you? And she had cried, yes, yes, of course I will. And I said, we'll make this right. We'll put everything back to where it needs to be. Then it will be me and you forever. And our child. Yes, I couldn't imagine anything better. They left, the guys left, so did Leah. And I fell asleep next to Quinn. Her heartbeat, listening to her heartbeat as I drifted off into sleep. End of chapter 11. And and surprisingly, no one would have thought it didn't have anything to do with bankruptcy. Alright, chapter 11 was called Defining Moments. So please comment, like, subscribe, and if you're new to my YouTube channel, you want to see more, click the subscribe button. Chapter 12 will be sometime next week. This is Ty the Movie Guy signing off.